Now, I'm sure at some point at Christmas time, we all received one of these one, a nice panettone. I absolutely loved it because I think panettone has got one of the best smell in the world. Now, yes, you can have a slice of panettone with your cup of tea, but what I'm going to show you now is one of the best recipe that I can make, which is a panettone and butter pudding. And where do we start is how to cut the panettone. Very simply, what you want to do, get yourself a nice sharp knife and start to cut the panettone in quarters. Just like this. Now, once you've done that, you want to cut the slices in triangles. And what you want, you probably want them about 2 to 3 centimeters thick. It doesn't really matter. So, slice it down, just like that. Okay? Now, before I start to butter the panettone, because it's very important that we have to butter it before we actually prepare the recipe, I just wanted to show you what I've done to the milk here. I got full fat milk that I'm taking to the boil with a little bit of grated lemon zest. And the reason why I do that, I'm taking it to the boil because I want to get the lemon zest going into the milk and all the flavors to get together. As soon as it starts to boil, switch it off and let it cool down slightly. And it's very important to cool down the milk, because then if you pour the milk into the eggs, you're going to end up with a sweet scrambled eggs, and you really don't want to do that. Now, back on the panettone, we got a little bit of butter, and what you want to do, just put a little butter on the slices like this. I got some that I prepared before, so I'm not going to do all the panettone. But before we put the slices on the baking tray, what we want to do, we're going to pour some of these beautiful flake almonds on the bottom of the tray. And then you just start to lay the panettone with the butter one next to each other, like this. Now, I have tried this recipe with another Italian cake, which is Pandoro, which is nothing more than a panettone without the raisins, almonds, or anything like that. And by all means, you can try that as well. So one layer of the panettone, we're going to sprinkle a little bit more almonds, because what I want to do, I want to create at least 2 layers. So when you're going in there, you're going to get all the juices and the crispies of the panettone. Amazing. So one more layer, like this. Okay. Just push it down. Don't be afraid. This is one of the things that really nothing can go wrong. Just push everything down. Now, once you layered all the panettone, it's time to create the custard. And this one is really a simple one to do. First of all, I got a nice large bowl with 3 whole eggs. And we just start to whisk everything together. And in there, we're going to add the custard sugar. So once you whisk the eggs and the sugar, the only thing that you have to do very carefully is to add the milk into the egg mixture. And when you add the milk, guys, it's very important to do it a little at a time. So slowly, slowly, you put the milk in there and keep whisking. So once this is done, I'm going to add Amaretto liqueur. If you don't want to use Amaretto liqueur, by all means, you can use any orange liqueur or a touch of limoncello. That will work as well. But trust me, Amaretto is just perfect. That's it. So we got the panettone with the butter on top, layered with the almonds. Now the only thing we got left to do, we just put the custard on top. And now you can imagine all this flavor. They're going to start to get all together. The Amaretto liqueur, the sugar, the beautiful flavor of the panettone. That's it. Now, once you're at this stage, what you have to do, with your fingertip, just press it down and make sure that the panettone soaks all the custard. One of the tips that I would give you at this point is to let it rest for a good half an hour. By doing that, the panettone really starts to soak the custard, and then when you bake it, it's going to be all beautiful and fluffy and crispy on top. Now, I got one that is been soaked for 30 minutes, and have a look at this one, what's happened. All the panettone is beautiful and soaked. Fantastico. So once you are at this stage, what you're going to have to create is what we call a bagno-marie. A bagno-marie, what it is I'm getting a baking tray that is larger than the one that I'm using for the bread and butter pudding, and I'll just put it half of the way with water. Then gently pick up your pudding, and you go straight into the large tray with water. But doing that, when the heat is going to go onto the panettone, it's not going to be too violent, but it's going to be gentle, it's going to be smooth, and it's just going to be fantastic. Now, to make all the nice crispy topping, I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar, and this is going to create a fantastic crispiness, okay? Then I got a little bit of flaked almonds. I'm not going to put this on the pudding straight away because the pudding is going to go in the oven at 180 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. So what you want to do, 10 minutes before that is ready, sprinkle this one on top, otherwise they're just going to burn. So this is ready, and it goes straight into the oven. See, a lot of people believe that you can have these kind of puddings only in winter time. If I had my way, I will have my panettone and butter pudding every day. Enjoy.